In the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, the first light rail transit line and metro transit system was the Blue Line. Opened in 2004, the line connects the Mall of America and downtown Minneapolis via MSP Airport. The service operates from roughly 3 a.m. through 1 a.m. the following day, with shuttle service between the airport terminals continuing by train through the rest of the line's non-operating hours. Today we're taking a ride from the Mall of America station in Bloomington, Minnesota, to Nicollet Mall Station in downtown Minneapolis. The Mall of America station is looking fresh from its most recent remodel. The bus and train passenger waiting area now extends around the perimeter of the platforms. It's clean for now and features serviceable public restrooms. Heading out to our train set to make the northbound run, we're met with Siemens S700 LRVs, a relatively new train set to Metro Transit's fleet, having entered service in 2021. Metro Transit opened the Hiawatha Line, the moniker worn by the Blue Line prior to color coding in 2013, with Bombardier Flexity Swift LF70 train sets. Both types of trains run on each of Metro Transit's LRT lines, but Siemens trains outnumber the Bombardier sets by a considerable amount. Our route today takes us out of the Mall of America station through Bloomington's eastern central core and north through the MSP Airport via a tunnel under the apron, and heading north into Minneapolis along Minnehaha and Hiawatha Avenues before making our way into the Riverside and Downtown East neighborhoods through tracks shared with the Green Line to Nicollet Mall in downtown Minneapolis. The train slowly moves away from the platform through the ground level of the mall's east parking garage. The mall garage isn't intended to serve as a park and ride, with commuters being encouraged to utilize the 30th Avenue station's massive park and ride facility just to the east, our first station stop northbound. Bloomington Central is our next station stop. This station serves a number of office buildings, condos, and hotels near MSP Airport.
Bloomington Central Station.
American Boulevard Station is next. Added in 2009, this station has split platforms on each side of the street within the median for north and southbound boarding, a setup common on the Green Line but solely utilized by this station on the Blue. We now split the difference, running with Fort Snelling National Cemetery on the right and Delta's offices and cargo docks on the left as we approach Terminal 2 station.
Terminal 2 Station.
Prior to renumbering, MSP Airport called Terminal 2 the Hubert H. Humphrey Terminal. This train serves both airport terminals and connects parking structures to allow for a seamless transfer across what is arguably one of the most spread out set of airport terminals in America. The section of the line between the terminals is a fare-free zone. Metro Transit's fare enforcement officers don't check tickets between Terminals 1 and 2, allowing for speedy boarding and deboarding of trains once travelers take note of their wayfinding. The tunnel takes us under the parallel runways of the airport to Minnesota's only underground train station. Initially called the Lindbergh Terminal after the aviation pioneer, Terminal 1 detrains passengers and airport staff prior to heading on to Fort Snelling on the north edge of the airport.
Fort Snelling Station. Connect here to Route 7.
Here, the Air Force Reserve and Whipple Federal buildings straddle the station, which has a sizable park and ride set amongst the property. Leaving the airport, the Blue Line follows a highly set viaduct curving over freeways at the confluence of the Mississippi and Minnesota rivers to enter Minneapolis proper. The first station at the edge of Minneapolis's civilian city limits is VA Medical Center. Serving veterans and the surrounding neighborhood, this station sees a few bus routes connecting here as well.
Connect here to these routes 22 and 440.
We travel in the median of Minnehaha Avenue prior to entering the Hiawatha Avenue right-of-way. The Minnehaha Park Station sits across the highway from the famed City Park, but is accessible via a parkland-covered overpass just to the north between 50th and 46th Street stations. A former Milwaukee Road passenger depot sits idle across the street in the park. Historically, the Milwaukee Road ran eastbound passenger trains out of Minneapolis via a rail line that lies just to the east of most of the Blue Line's right-of-way in South Minneapolis. The development of South Minneapolis along this rail line found a good number of grain loading facilities and other industrial sites built along what was historically a very active rail line for freight and commodities through the mid-20th century. While freight trains still utilized the line, passenger services dwindled in this neighborhood due to the Milwaukee Road's utilization of the short line bridge over the Mississippi River to the east. The Blue Line constructed an entirely new grade about 2 blocks west of the old Milwaukee Road freight route between Lake Street and 50th Street stations along the divided Hiawatha Avenue. Prior to Lake Street Station, the line ascends to the only technically elevated train station in Minnesota. This is the part of South Minneapolis that saw the worst of the riots in 2020, though evidence of the destruction is harder to see at present. Much redevelopment has taken place, though a great deal of modern urban social issues still persist. Leaving Lake Street, the elevated viaduct curves to the east side of Hiawatha Avenue, aligning itself with the historic Milwaukee Road's right-of-way for this segment of the line that will carry us toward downtown. The Y leading off to the short line bridge heads east nearby, taking with it the Midtown Greenway Trail. Between Franklin Avenue and downtown, the Blue Line diverges from most at-grade intersections and runs past the vehicle maintenance and storage facility for the Blue Line vehicles, along with several other Metro Transit support facilities. The Riverside neighborhood is our penultimate stop prior to merging into the shared downtown rail corridor that begins just prior to crossing Interstates 35W and 94 at Downtown East.
Connect here to Metro Green Line.
Now into downtown, we follow 5th Street through stations served on opposite platforms by St. Paul-bound Green Line trains. While downtown currently marks the end for both light rail corridors, Metro Transit has planned to extend both lines beyond the current endpoint of Target Field. The Blue Line's future is as the Bottineau Corridor extension along County Road 81 to Brooklyn Park. The route's design is being adjusted to meet demands, with rollout dates yet uncertain. The Green Line extension to Eden Prairie is currently under construction and will be the topic of a future video. For now, we prepare to alight at Nicollet Mall, the pedestrian and transit mall that runs through the heart of downtown Minneapolis. This station offers a Spanish solution boarding method here to optimize passenger flow, especially during events at downtown venues beyond, with doors on both sides opening to disembark and load passengers. We leave our train behind and walk the parallel sidewalk to Marquette Avenue, where we'll close out our journey for today. In the next video, we're going to connect to the Orange Line Bus Rapid Transit for a trip south to Heart of the City Transit Center in the suburb of Burnsville. Thanks for riding along with me today. Feel free to leave a comment, and please like, share, and subscribe as you please. YouTube is the only kind of social media I utilize, so please feel free to send links to like-minded transit and travel enthusiasts as you see fit. Until next week, keep changing your horizons. I'll see you next time.